And you just go through that. You don't need a tweezer for that, Mark.
I do.
See what a talented person I am there.
That's
Can you
why,
got that?
That's why he has an Actors Guild
We got enough
card.
light
I
on
got
the
plenty of
situation?
light. Sure.
Okay, my light is swinging. I got a swinging light.
Swinger.
Okay, and then I go over here. I go in between the discs, pull it up like this here. Now, what's going to prevent it from slipping out? You come all the way back, slip it under the pin, and then this way. I'll do that again, cuz.
Do that again.
All right? If I go like this here, slip it in you got to pull it in between the discs, and I go over here, there's always a possibility that it might slip out.
Right.
But by you backtracking and going underneath this pin, and then coming forward, oof,
Gotcha.
you got it, right?
You got it.
Okay, and then you come over here to this bad boy over here, and there's only one hole in it.
I see the hole.
We like to use the front hole. Well, that's the only hole that we've left there because we filled the back one so that people would not make a mistake. And there we go. Okay?
Perfect.
Beep, beep, beep. And if you don't thread this bad boy right, she's not going to sew right. There's just
Not
no
gonna
way
sew.
will it sew properly if you don't thread it properly.
But just somebody argue.
Now we're coming over here. These are not tensions. They are merely roller guides. And what you do is you go underneath this roller guide here, like this. Come here, and then you go straight down to your needle. Some people like to do this.
He
They
did
like-
that so fast.
We'll do it again,
It was
cuz.
amazing.
You see, there's a pin. This is just
Gotcha.
a little roller here.
Yep.
You go underneath that. That's important, right? You come in between the discs, which
Come
are not
straight
discs.
down. Gotcha.
Come straight down. But some people like to take this and slip it underneath that pin there.
Okay.
It'll work either way.
Okay.
It doesn't really make much difference because, as I said, they're not tensions; they're just roller
Right.
guides. Then we go straight down to the needle, and we go from the front of the needle to the back, and we leave a 5 or 6 inch tail, which I'll do anyways, just to humor myself. You know, I had to use black thread, which is hard to
Perfect
see.
to see.
Well, when you're a young stud like me, you know, things come easy. Okay.
Virtual reality. Go ahead.
Okay, we're done. We're done with the threading of the needle. BT207 is available in 12 different colors. You know, black, white, natural red,
Maroon, gray.
blah, 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 beep, beep, beep. You basically don't really see that thread too much because if you're serging a carpet, that BT207, I'm going to show you something. It's quite interesting. It gets sunk right down into the pile of the carpet, see? And all it does is it holds the yarn together. Just a little dot here and a dot there. The amount of thread that's used is the yarn, which gets wrapped all the way around.
Right.
So that's what your BT207 is. Naturally, I got a black thread, I got a white color. I'm not going to put a white BT207 thread in, you know, or a red,
Right.
you know, something close. Okay?
Sure.
Done. Now let's go to the yarn. The yarn, you have 140 some odd colors, cuz I don't remember exactly.
Yes.
And it's pure cotton, and it's excellent thread, and we're very, very fussy. And our threads are made here in the USA, period, just like our machine. And I'm a flag waver. Next.
Yay.
Okay, so you pick your color yarn to whatever you're going to do, and you bring I don't know if there's an umbrella. Yeah, there's an umbrella.
There's an umbrella.
You don't use a, what do you call it here?
Sock.
You don't, but you can. There's a plastic bag that comes with this sucker that covers it. I like to leave the plastic bag over it, put a hole, and let the yarn come up because it prevents dirt and dust and crap from getting on it. And it's just me. Okay, so we come over here to the Holland Tunnel. This one was the Lincoln. This is the Holland. And we go through the Holland Tunnel. Let me pull all this yarn out of here. Okay, so.
All we need is Alicia Keys.
Okay. And you come through the Holland Tunnel. Okay, I don't get that.
It's New York, New York. Go ahead.
Okay.
You wouldn't.
Okay. And then we go through this
Straight down.
straight down. Okay. Yarn requires very, very little tension. Almost zero tension. I've almost thought at times to do away with the tension unit and just put a little guide, but we require just the slightest amount of tension. Okay? And then we go through this curlicule guide.
Which we call sometimes a pigtail.
Pigtail guide, curlicule guide. There you go. I don't put the yarn over the pin. And the reason I don't put the yarn over the pin is I want no drag on this. Okay? And then we go to the next eyelet, which is over here. You'll see there are two holes, an in and an out. I usually use the outie. This scissor is unreal, cuss.
Beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's just damn good. Okay, there we go, and then we're going to come to another pigtail. And you go through there like this, and then you're going to come to a big pigtail over here. It's chrome-colored pigtail, and you make sure that you go not in front of this, but behind this, because you don't want any drag on the thread. Okay, and this thing moves back and forth. It'll be pulling the thread off. You go through that pigtail. There you go. Now we're going to have to pull this thread out the other side. Now I can go from the left side of the machine, but there's a big hole here, which I utilize to bring it part way over. Then I'm going to turn the machine. You can stay right there if you want, cuz. I'll just turn the machine this way. It's unplugged, right?
Yep.
Now it is. Over here, like this. Put a little light in the situation.
Right in front of me.
Oh, right in front of this. You know what I could do? I could move this machine further down.
I'm good.
I'm going to move it further down. I think it'd be easier on me.
Okay, fine. I always want it easier on you.
Let's not even go there. Oh, God. Okay, so we should find that yarn somewhere down here. Let's look. Here we go. Here's the yarn. Now there's a thread guide. It's right here, but it can be anywhere depending on where the machine is stopped. I turn the hand wheel always counterclockwise, and that brings that thread guide right out here to me. And you'll see there's a hole at the bottom of it. And that yarn goes through that hole, like this here. And then there's another thread guide with a hole, and it goes through that hole from the inside out. You know, I say inside out from the bottom of the machine up, like that. And then we go through the looper and we're done. The looper's got a hole right here. I'm going to turn the hand wheel some more so you can see the hole. See that hole right there, cuz?
No.
You can't see it?
1 second.
I'm putting the tweezer right in it. See?
Got it, okay.
Okay, so what I do is I stick this bad boy in there.
There we go. Perfect.
Right. Well, it falls out. Best thing to do really is to bring the looper all the way back. Now that you know where the hole is, you just go through this hole.
There you go.
Hold it up, grab hold of it, pull it out, and then there's one more hole at the end of the looper,
A lot of holes around here.
and then you're done. You see you can see that hole right here, and you go from the front to the back. Don't make the mistake of going from the back to the front. You go in the front door like this. I put my finger there, and I should be able to pull it down. Yeah. Okay.
Don't move. Perfect.
Okay, I'll just put a little so you can see how.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay, I'm going to turn the machine this way, see? Okay, guys, and that's how you thread it. It's very easy to thread, but you can make a mistake also. That's why we took our time, so you guys can always refer to this. Needless to say, there's a threading chart in the book, but seeing is believing. Okay, so now we know how to thread the machine, correct?
Yes.
Very good. And
Go.
all right, now that we know the threading, top and bottom, and we know how to put the tape in, etc. What we want to do next is show you where and how to oil, and that's key. If you want to have many years of problem-free work, you got to keep your machine oiled and clean. We use lily white oil. We have it available in quart containers. Get yourself a good oil can, and we also have great oil cans. This one I've had for over 20 years, extendable.
How long?
Oh, well, actually, see, if I'm 28 years old, my father gave it to me when I was 8.
Match the hair
And you just close the thing here, no leak. It's a great oil
Beautiful
can.
thing.
And we have them here at NC. If you want oil, order one. Okay. On the left side of the machine, the most important key area, I'll use this as a pointer, is this felt here. And you should keep this felt, it's black felt, you should keep it soaked with oil. Don't worry about over-oiling. Any excessive oil drips in the pan, you can always clean it up later. That's one. Also on the same side of this machine, always turn the hand wheel clockwise, is a ball joint. This ball joint is the left ball joint, and then its friend is the right ball joint, which is over here on the opposite side.
Oh, where'd they go? Okay.
Okay? So now that brings us to the front of the machine. If you look down here, you can see the main shaft of the machine. There are 3 connections on the main shaft, the lower main shaft. Connection 1, which I just squirt the oil on, connection 2, and the last one, connection 3. I don't bother going through these stupid red holes. Go directly to it and be done with it. And there's another ball joint here. I'll show it to you right here because you know, pointing out, am I in your way? Right there. See that ball joint there?
Got it.
And you just take the oil can in there, do a little pee-pee in there on it. There, done.
Handled.
Okay? So now the whole bottom and left-hand side of the machine
We're all
are
lubricated up.
completely oiled.
Oiled, lubricated.
Now we have an upper main shaft. Let's go up there.
We gotta get Mel up off the floor. Atta boy.
Okay. And we
Being
put
that he's 28.
each day, I put a couple of 3 drops in the top there. 1 drop over here, 1 drop over there. And
keep up with
over
the guy.
here, there's a ball joint over here for the rear puller. Put a drop over there.
You're not gonna oil the rear puller, are you?
No.
Thank you.
No. This
Yeah,
is self-sealed.
Don't touch it.
It's this ball joint right here.
Okay.
Okay. And we're done.
Oiling
Yeah,
101.
we're done oiling 101. I don't think I forgot any of it. It wouldn't hurt if you want to put a drop back here occasionally, but the machine itself is my main concern. Okay.
Next.
Keep it oiled, keep it cleaned, wipe out the excess. And the next thing we want to go to, let's take a look at the list here.
We have a
We
list.
want to go, to the, we'll go to the needle bar height.
Let's do
All
the
right.
needle bar height.
This is a needle bar guard, which it's here for your protection so it doesn't hit you in the forehead or the eye when you're leaning over and you pull this trigger and the
Baby
machine, the
pops
needle bar
you.
comes up. So you remove this guard, which is threaded into the casting. If you get your machine and the guard is not on it, get the guard and,
Please.
and gently get it started and hand tighten only.
Safety is an issue. This is an
Yeah,
eye
that
protector.
that can
This
hurt.
needle bar will pop your eye out quickly. Please
Okay.
pay attention.
So, okay, the way you set the needle bar height, because it's foolish to even consider checking the timing of your machine if the needle bar height isn't set right. You bring your needle bar to its highest point, dead center. Its highest point, it's not going up, it's not going down, that's what they call a dead center. And then you take your scale, if you're talking inches, you're talking at its highest point approximately 2 3/4 inches. And you rest the scale right on that bronze bushing right there. And it's like 2 3/4 to 2 13/16 if you want to be fine, okay? If you want to do millimeters, it's 71 millimeters. You take your millimeter scale, you put it here, and you have 71 millimeters top dead center. Okay? How to physically set the height, put your finger on the bar, there's a screw right here, you loosen that screw, that allows you to raise it or lower it. Just that simple.
Beautiful.
The other thing we want to be concerned about is our needle, how to put a new needle in and when to put a new needle in. Well, naturally you'd put a new needle in if you have a burr on the point. You can check that by merely running your nail. No burrs, your needle is fine. But if you've done a considerable amount of sewing and you still have no burrs,
It's a good idea to
a
change.
good idea to eventually change it because your point gets dull. Even though there's not a burr, it's dull, and your machine is forcing a dull needle through cement, and you don't want to do that. You want the machine to do its job.
No, there's a little cutout in that needle.
Yeah. Now here, you're gonna get a wrench with this machine, and that wrench fits this needle bar nut, and
Hopefully.
you loosen the needle bar nut, and you take your needle out, and let me get my wrench. It's right here.
Go.
This is the wrench that you're going to get with the machine. It fits the needle bar nut, okay? It also fits the clutch nut on the side, which we'll get to later. So you loosen your needle bar, and I'll take the needle out just to show you. Okay. And if you notice, the needle's got a long, straight groove. That long, straight groove faces us, the front of the machine.
We call that groove or
And-
scarf or what?
Well,
do we
the
call
scarf is the back.
Okay,
You know,
making
that's,
sure.
so if you have the groove facing you, the scarf is to the back. Bring your needle bar to its highest point.
What's a scarf? A cutout looking thing?
Yeah, this thing here.
Oh, okay. These
You know,
guys don't know
like
what
this
that
flat.
thing is. Thank you.
Like your head. And you push this needle, get your needle bar up, and you put the needle all the way up, and then you tighten it. Tighty is righty. Righty is tighty.
You look pretty funny trying to film this and talking at the same time.
Am I going righty? Yeah, I'm going righty.
Yeah, now we're going righty. The other right.
Okay, so we got the needle all the way up. Okay? And you got to make sure it's all the way up before you lock that.
Make sure it's tight, please.
Yeah, I'll double check it a little bit to the left. Make sure it's all the way up. And then I'll give it a snug, good snug. Come on. Get it down a little. Okay, we're all set. Okay, so we know our needle bar height. Now we go to our looper settings, okay? In order to see the looper settings clearly, I'm going to remove this base plate and this needle plate, okay? And to remove the...
Can I take the foot and feeder off or no?
Well, what I'm going to do, yeah, you got to take the foot off too, cuz you don't have to remove the feeder.
Okay.
So what you do to remove the foot is you lift this bad boy up, and you get your Allen wrench, your Allen key, which I got right here.
Yay.
And you have one Allen screw and one regular screw. This is a screwdriver. You loosen this screw right here. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. They have 18 monkeys on that. Done. And then we loosen the other guy here over here. I believe this is a 1/8 of an inch key. Done. If when you bring your presser foot down, she doesn't want to slip off, bring your feeder down. Ouch! That's that sucker right there.
Is that sharp?
Yeah, that's the point of it. Don't hit that with your finger.
It's
Okay,
a beautiful thing.
So the foot is off.
It's kind of like my flat head.
All right, we're even. All right, here we go. There are 3 screws that hold this sucker, this base plate, to the bed of the machine. 1, 2, and 3 is over here. 1, 2, 3. You remove those 3 with a regular screwdriver.
Getting a workout on these things.
Yeah.
Who tightened them up?
This machine was built by this Manny constructed this one.
Manny's our head mechanic who
On this machine.
On this machine. Exactly. Each machine is made separately to order.
Now, there's one other screw. That's an Allen screw that holds this sucker down. And that's right there. And I'm going to get my Allen key. Go back there. I believe it's an 1/8 of an inch. No, this is the other one. This is the 3/16. Actually, you shouldn't have these people watching me screwing around here. It could have come back at another time.
That's all right.
It's a little boring.
We like boring.
Before you remove this bed plate or attempt to remove it, please move this special looper out of the way. You're talking about a looper that's over $100. So move it the hell out of the way. Now we should be able to lift this up. And there we go. Now we have the ability to see everything. Okay? And what I'll do is I'll remove the thread out of here so it'll be a little easier for you guys to see. Okay? How we set the lower left-hand looper. The adjustment for advancing or retarding the lower left-hand looper, which is part number 81208 LE. Is it LE? 81208, I'm sorry, D3. 81208 D3. And what you want to do with this guy Actually, Mark, you know what? I'm wrong. It is 81208 LE, so I apologize. Please forgive me. It's 81208 LE.
Always refer to your manual just in case, guys.
It's there, clear as day. And the adjustment to make this looper go faster or slower is done right here, guys. You loosen this nut right here where my pencil is pointing. And then you can grab hold of the looper carry and you can make it go faster or slower. But what we want to know now is the actual setting. And the actual setting is you bring your looper to its lowest point. And when you have your, not your looper, I'm sorry, your needle to its lowest point. And then from the
Move that
eye,
thread.
from the point of the looper
Move that thread.
to the, oh,
So I'm picking that up perfect.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you.
from the point of the looper to the side of the needle should be 1/4 of an inch. And you scale that, you get a scale, and right here, and I've got myself from the point of the looper to the side of the needle 1/4 of an inch. Some people like to go from the point of the looper to the center of the needle. If you want to do that, from the point of the needle to the center of the looper, it's 5/16. Just that simple. This looper is held in the looper holder. This is the looper holder with 2 screws, and the 2 screws go against this flat. So when you're changing a looper, you
Show
push
me
the
the looper
looper.
again. I didn't catch the looper.
See the flat on the looper, cuz?
Gotcha.
If you're replacing a looper, you remove the old one, put the new one all the way down to its lowest point,